Hey there friends, thanks for checking in. At the range now, we're going to do something a little different. It's a comparison video with two 22 rounds. Here's a 22 TCM. Now if you're not familiar with this, it is a 9mm case. It is a center fired round and the velocity over 2,000 feet per second. So it's very loud. It has an amazing muzzle blast and very powerful. It even indents some of my iron targets, not the AR-500, but the other ones. It indents that metal. Now here we have a 22 long rifle. I am not trying to compare which one's more powerful because we know the 22 TCM is. What I want to do is sort of demonstrate the power by not just shooting targets, but also shoot some other objects such as wood and a paver stone to see the difference between these two rounds. Now both are 40 grain. Here's your 22 round nose long rifle that is 40 grains, and this here is 40 grains. Let's go ahead and shoot some targets. We'll check out the difference. Notice how much louder and powerful, neither actually have recoil, that the 22 TCM is, and then we'll hit those other targets and see the differences. Here are the guns we're going to be using. Here's a Rock Island 22 9mm. It's a conversion, either 22 TCM or 9mm. It's called the TAC Ultra, 5-inch barrel, 1911. It is a conversion gun, does come with two barrels for both 9mm and the TCM. It does have the same magazine which holds both rounds, and here's a closer look at the 22 TCM. Now for the 22 long rifle, we're going to use this Ruger Mark II. It does have a bull barrel on there, and this has a 5.25-inch barrel. So let's go ahead and hit some targets, see if we notice the difference with the sound and the way they move the targets, and then we'll hit the wood. Let's start out with the Ruger Mark II, see if I can hit anything with it. You're not going to see a big reaction from the targets with the 22 long rifle. Yeah, this thing's been given some issues lately. And here we have the Rock Island TAC Ultra. I won't be shooting that orange target with the 22 TCM. Check this out. Here's the wood we're going to shoot at. It goes 1.5 inches thick. We're going to start out with the 22 long rifle. Shoot in here a couple times, see if it penetrates. I don't expect it to, but we'll take a look. I really don't know what to expect with either of these rounds, but the better chance is that the 22 TCM will penetrate if either. We're going to get about 7 yards back. Let's see how it goes. Here we are 7 yards away. We've got the Ruger Mark II 22 long rifle. Let's see how it does. All right, so here are the 7 shots. Not a bad grouping, you can see, kind of close. But here's the thing, they all penetrated, each and every one. Now here's one of the bullets. You can see that it got a bit deformed there, I would say, and a lot stuck into this pellet. You can see there's a bullet right there, but none of them went through the pellet. So now I turned it upside down. We're going to hit right here and see if it goes through this wood and the pellet with the 22 TCM. Same distance, 7 yards away, Rock Island TAC Ultra with the 22 TCM. Let's take a look. All right, so here are the entry holes. Shot a little bit left. We turned the board over and we can see that they all penetrated quite a bit, put a heck of a hole in there. They were side by side, but take a look at the pallet here. And then I move my hand over on the other side, and yep, there's a huge exit hole. I could feel it right here. All went completely through. So no question the TCM was more powerful. We knew that going in. But now we're going to shoot a thick patio block. Let's take a look at that. And here's the patio block. Once again, goes about 1.5 inches thick. All right, it's kind of heavy, and I'm not sure what to expect. I think the 22 long rifle may penetrate, but most likely it's going to bounce off. But I've been wrong before. Let's go ahead and load up the Ruger and see what happens. 7 yards away at the patio block, 22 long rifle. For once, my prediction was real. It put some indentations, real tight group. All right, probably a little over a quarter size, but it did not penetrate. I didn't think it would. This is a hard patio block, but it'll be interesting to see what the 22 TCM does. I've got that loaded up. Let's go back 7 yards and see what happens. 22 TCM, 7 yards away. Woo! I felt that coming back at me. I kind of figured it would, having done quite a few range tests. When you put something like that from 7 yards, yeah, it was coming back at me, but not too bad. It definitely cracked it. Let's take a closer look. All right, so this is what I was hoping to see, the difference between the 22 TCM. When you're going over 2,000 feet per second, that's the result. And even the one that did not penetrate all the way through cracked this whole thing. And you can take a look and see how thick this brick is. That 22 TCM is real strong. It's an incredibly strong round with a fast moving bullet, and this is the effect you're going to get, as where the 22 long rifle. Now, this is no surprise. We knew that the 22 TCM would be stronger and more powerful based on the velocity, but this is just evidence of that. I really like that round. So there it is, the 22 TCM, very powerful 22 caliber that really gets the job done. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.